Wow, huh? This is crazy up here. Just crazy. Almost 360-degree view. There she is. We're all alone up here, honey. That's the one good thing about coming up late.
Wow.
We got the whole place to ourselves.
You guys guessed it. We are not in Florida anymore. I'm sure you knew that because of social media. We've been like saying, we're gonna leave Florida. We finally left Florida, and what do you see?
We are, see this right here? We are near the mountains.
Smoky Mountains in Tennessee.
So this video is about where we were, where we are now, and where we are going.
Yes, and you are gonna wanna hear the big surprise at the end.
It's big news.
Big news. So, thanks for coming and checking up on us. But if you're new, I'm Alice.
And I'm Larry.
And we're Downsizing Makes Sense Like the Penny. We are mid-50s, empty nesters that left our home, sold it mid-February to move into our Grand Design with our 2 yappy pups. I hope they don't make noise the whole time. And because we wanted to live life more deliberately.
We spent a week at the Three Flags RV Resort in Wildwood, Florida. It's 1,000 trails. We're trying to get around to see some of those 1,000 trails resorts. But the reason we were there in Wildwood, one, it was about an hour away from our kids, so they're gonna hang out with their kids one last time. And then we had to drop some weight on the rig. We had to get rid of some stuff. So I took that time to go through the rig and get rid of everything we didn't need and then bring it back to storage one more time. Now the other thing we had to do is prep the rig for a long trip, so I had to make sure everything in the truck and the rig was prepared for a long trip.
Yes, we had to do a little bit of downsizing, haha. And yes, it was great to see the kids a couple more times before we took off. So that is where we were. And then we did the drive.
Yes, it was so much fun to drive
the
together.
11 hours in the car. We didn't have a follow behind car anymore. So I was in the truck with my honey bunny.
And you know, with you with me, honey, that 11 hours went by like that. It was great. She did all this stuff for me in the truck. If I needed something, she would take care of me. I definitely like the Alice in the car versus Alice following in the...
Vote for follow behind Jeep for me.
No.
But we did, okay, 11 hours, but it was a little added time because one, we took time for the pups. We let them out, let them, do their thing. And he let me do my thing, which I got to see the Georgia border, the welcome sign. We were supposed to stop at the Tennessee sign, but there was like this construction. And I was like, oh, there it goes.
And I went past it, and she was a little upset. I don't think you talked to me for about an hour after that.
Yeah, about an hour. Yeah, I was mad. I was mad.
That's how we get mad at each other. We just don't talk to each other.
I don't talk. But he promised on the way back. We'll see it.
We'll hit it on the way back.
We'll hit it on the way back.
So right now we're at the Riverside RV Park in Sevierville, Tennessee. And the reason we're here in Tennessee, one is about halfway on the way to our final destination, and our good buddy Camper Life, that's William and Jessica, are here at this campground also. So we got to spend a lot of time with those guys and their puppies.
Yes, and believe it or not, this is the first time that we were able to cook a meal and entertain another couple responsibly at our RV. We had the lockdown for 2 months, and we did, we cooked for the kids, but this is the first time to like have another couple here with us. And of course, we're at the Smokies.
Which are like right there. See those right there?
Yes.
Those are the Smokies right there. And we spent a lot of time in those.
Yes, we did. And this is the first national park as an RVer. And it's a great way to start because it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And we did the kind of hiking that I like to do, even though it was sketchy at times and painful. Like what's our
So we went to Mount LeConte and Myrtle Point. It's a 6-mile hike straight up the mountain. And we originally were going to kind of go halfway, and we decided to go the whole way. We got about halfway, and Alice was like, I'm going. We are not getting this close to the top and turning around.
Yeah, I didn't want to be a wimp.
But the problem with that, we got halfway through, and the puppies are in the RV. But thank God we had William and Jessica. We called them, or we sent them a text. And they were able to come down. We got RV locks. They were able to get in our RV. and take care of our puppies.
Which could be a problem in the future because now William has the code to our RV.
You got to remind, we got to change that code now.
We're changing the code.
Sorry, William.
Yeah. So the hiking was awesome. You guys maybe saw some of that on social media. But waterfalls, if you know me, water. It's like every creek I saw, I want to do slow-mo and video and pictures. It was driving him crazy.
She's like a water feature
I'm a Pisces.
freak. What's with you and waterfalls?
I'm a Pisces.
I guess that's it.
So I love water. So we're going to do a whole video, of course, all about the Great Smokies. Even though we're only here a week, we still are able to see a lot.
We saw a lot of stuff in a week.
We saw a lot. It's beautiful.
It's amazing here.
Okay, so I said the big news, we left Florida, but we have big news because our final destination is
Canada.
Canada.
We're going to Canada? So why would we go to Canada?
It's his fault.
I actually grew up in Canada, and before anybody gets in there and says, hey, wait a minute, you can't go to Canada, the border's closed. I was born in Canada. I have dual citizenship. Yeah. We called Border Services, and we confirmed on the phone, and we had them send us an email confirming that we can actually go into Canada. I'm a citizen. Yeah. I can bring my wife, so we can go. And we have legitimate reasons for going to Canada. We're not just going there as tourists. Yeah. I have family, and I have some things we need to do in Canada. So we are headed to the Great White North.
Yes, we have permission. Plus, one of the reasons we want to do this life is temperature. Larry's health really is affected by super warm temperatures. So going to Canada is really going to help him health-wise.
Yeah, my rheumatoid arthritis is really activated by extreme hot temperatures like we have here in Florida. And the last couple months have just been brutal.
It's been bad.
So this is one of the reasons we're headed as far north as we can. And I guess you can't get much more north than Canada in North America.
Yeah. And we did a lot of research about border crossing. So we know what we're not allowed to bring across. I made sure that my pups have their rabies vaccinations and I have paperwork to show it. We got extra insurance.
Yep, so we got health insurance to cover us, extra health insurance because my normal health insurance covers us in Canada and they'll reimburse us. But with all this COVID and all this kind of stuff, we got an extra travel policy to make sure we're covered while we're in the country.
And we double checked with AT&T and we have coverage in Canada.
We'll be able to have text, data, and phone while we're in Canada on our AT&T plan.
Which is super important because, we still have family here in Florida.
Yeah, and we double checked to make sure we had all our passports, our birth certificates, our marriage certificate. We are actually married in Canada. So we got that going for us getting across the border.
So I'm a little legit.
Legit, a little bit.
Little bit. So we actually have a bonus big one. So Florida, we left Florida big. We're going to Canada big. But we've also been going on and on about solar and boondocking. I want to do this. So we are.
I have spent the last few months watching every YouTube video ever made about solar, every blog,
a lot.
Figuring what is the best setup for putting solar on our Grand Design Solitude 310GK.
Yes.
I have accumulated all the parts and pieces I need over the last couple of months. As a matter of fact, I had a lot of the shipment actually shipped right here in Tennessee.
Yes.
That was one of the reasons we stayed a couple more days to get those shipments.
Yeah.
We have all that stuff on board now. So when we get to Canada, one of the most important things is we have to completely quarantine for 14 days. They take this very seriously in Canada.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, they actually do send people out to make sure that you're obeying your quarantine. A buddy of mine I grew up with and went to high school with has a farm. He's got a place for us to go for those 2 weeks, and we're going to use those 2 weeks of quarantine time to build the solar system on our Grand Design RV.
Yes. And one of the reasons why we want solar, I said boondocking. Now here we call it BLM land, okay? But in Canada they call it Crown land.
Yeah. So we're going to, set up the whole solar so we could take advantage of some of that Crown land. And then in northern Canada, which is where we're headed, a lot of the RV parks that they have spots to park your rig, but don't have power, don't have water, and don't have sewer. They're just very natural sites. And it must be because during the winter, the pipes would freeze and everything like that. So they're very rustic sites.
Yes. And we do want to go visit his nephew in
Nova Scotia. So our original plan was to get out to Nova Scotia, see my nephew. He's going to have a new house out there in Nova Scotia. He has a place for us to go.
Yeah.
But the eastern provinces are in their own COVID bubble.
Yeah.
And you have to quarantine. As of right now, you have to quarantine for another 14 days when you enter the eastern provinces. So unless that changes, we're going to have to adjust our plans.
Yeah.
But our original plan was to go, which is another 20 hours out to eastern Canada. But we'll have to see if that transpires or not.
Yeah, because we're only going to be in Canada for like a couple months.
Right.
So.
We'll be there till about the end of September.
Yes. So we are all, we have all this big news. We're super excited, but there is one con. I mean, we keep saying we're empty nesters, but we see our boys a lot because they're in Gainesville. And this is the first time that...
we have 2 sons. They're 22 and 26, but to us, they're still our kids. And it is going to be really hard to be away from them for 3 months.
Yeah, we didn't just leave the state, we're going to leave the country. And so that's a little tough, and I know I'm being silly because they're 26 and 22, but they still are my boys, and so I'm going to miss them terribly, and but they're excited for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Frankly, this is one of the hardest parts of becoming a full-time RVer. No matter how old your kids are, you are going to miss being around them all the time.
Yes. So we hope you guys are as excited for us as we are excited for all these new things we're going to do. And there's obviously going to be a lot of new videos about
we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
We're going to do all kinds of crazy stuff while we're in Canada. I'm really looking forward to getting back to Canada. I spent a lot of years as my youth there and reconnecting with all these places and seeing old friends and family and stuff like that. And we're going to bring you along and enjoy it in our videos. Lots of fun things to do in Canada during the summer. Yeah.
And of course, we will have a Great Smokey Mountains video, maybe more than one if I get my way.
Yeah, she loves to make those kind of videos, so it's coming your way anytime soon.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you like this video. It's a little different. It's kind of like what we're up to kind of video. And if you like this kind of stuff, RV related videos, please consider subscribing to our channel down here. And we're going to leave a playlist of some of our other RV adventures up over here. And remember,
downsizing still makes sense.